That's normal, right? It happens all the fucking time. It's fucking hot, man. You can tell by my hair. Today at work, it was like, probably 100 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe more. Like, I sweat everything out of me in the first 3 hours of work, and I couldn't sweat anymore. It's getting hotter. I can tell. It's not just like, you know, global warming, right? That's not a real thing. That's, they say global warming's happening, so they have to spray chemicals to block out the sun, but the chemicals they spray to block out the sun causes extreme heat. You know what I mean? Like, they've been heating up the ionosphere. It's not a secret, right? It's so whatever Bill Gates said he's going to do to block out the sun, that's doing the reverse effect, obviously. And it's they do these things on purpose. They say, oh, we'll block out the sun and it'll cool down the earth for a little bit while we can figure out how to deal with this global warming. But the stuff they're spraying is actually causing global warming. And then they're going to say, well, it's not working, we're not cooling it down fast enough, blah blah blah, this is nature actually heating us up. But it's not. It's the stuff they're putting in the sky. It has nothing to do with nothing. They're changing our atmosphere. You can look at it as like the devils, right? Like the reptilian beings. They're geoforming our planet. Like they're making it easier for them and the locusts to be able to survive in it, comfortably, while making it hard for us. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to see that. It's like, it's crazy hot. Like where I live, right at the bottom of Canada, it's I'd say pretty much winter for like 4 months, and the other 8 months it's like off and on hot. Like, it can get really hot, right? Like next week, like this coming week that I gotta work, it's gonna feel like 40 degrees Celsius. I'm pretty sure it's over 100 Fahrenheit. It's really bad, In my line of work, working in a bakery, it's like extreme humidity, and you can't have air conditioners, or you can't really have too much airflow in the place. It's just how it works, right? It's a shitty job, you know, being a baker. I'm a master baker. It's, like me. Like, I do the mixes and I do most of the oven work. And, it's I don't get paid a lot either. You know what I mean? Like my uncle on my mom's side, he was a baker. He was a mixer. Uh, 20 years ago. Before I got into it, and he was making $20 an hour then. And I'm just making $20 an hour now. Like, 3 years ago was my last raise. I haven't gotten a raise, and it's just getting busier and busier, more orders, but you don't get any more hours when you work by the hour if you try and finish fast, and everybody wants to get out of there because it's too fucking hot, and it's just, you know, endless cycle. It's like being a roofer, you know? Like being a roofer is a horrible fucking job, you know? You get skin cancer. Every one of them does. And not only that, it's like you have to drink alcohol to recover, right? It's you won't know until you're in that position. I did it for like, you know, a few weeks. It's not a big thing. The only jobs I ever did in my life was like I did roofing for a couple weeks. I did breaking horses for a couple weeks up in Leamington. That was a horrible fucking job. I never got paid for it. The guy was a jackass, a scam artist. And then I got into baking, and I was like 19. I'm 41 now, and that's like fucking 22 years of doing the same shit. You know, and it's like a really bad job, you know, like you don't get paid a lot. You gotta put in a lot of time, and the anxiety of like keeping track of everything that's going on at any given time, because you know you gotta do like 2 or 3 mixes at the same time and know the timings of it. You know, in the smaller mix, it mixes for 15 minutes. In the big mix, it mixes for 25 minutes. In the medium mix, it mixes for 20 minutes. You gotta know how much salt, sugar, yeast, shortening, you know, whey powder, calcium, water, ice, flour, all that shit for each fucking dough. You know, and then you make like a bunch of different shit, right? Like rye bread, white bread, raisin bread, brioche bread, fucking multigrain bread. It's just ridiculous the amount of shit you gotta remember. And to know, you know, the amount of water and ice you're putting for the temperature in the air is always changing, right? It's not like a thing that you can do day in and day out and it's the same shit. It's not. Every fucking day is different, you know, and if you don't think ahead, you're gonna screw up, and it's like hundreds of fucking dollars a mistake. You know, it's not an easy job. It's not for everybody. You know, I've seen people go in there, work one day and quit because it's too hot for them, you know, or it's too much physical labor in an 8-hour period. You know, and I've also seen older people that have worked there when I started are all now dead from cancer, right? You know, smoking on the job, smoking, you know, like breathing in the fucking burned cornmeal when you sweep out the ovens. Like, it's just horrible, right? Horrible. I couldn't imagine a worse job for anyone, really. Like, I've watched videos on, like, what they claim is, like, the worst job, and it's, like, you know, working, you know, on an oil rig in Alberta, Canada, and it's like, that ain't shit. You know, like, you do something every fucking, you know, like 2 minutes out of 30 minutes. You do one physical labor. Like, it's fucking bullshit. The only hard part is fucking being out there when it's minus 40. You know what I mean? It's being a baker is a lot harder than you think, especially in a place that, like, makes as much as I do. It's just fucking horrible. You know, like, I hate my job. I wish I didn't have to do it, but it's like I don't know how to do anything else, you know what I mean? Like, I never finished high school, so I don't have that education on my resume to get into anywhere that's comfortable, right? I have to do shit that sucks ass, right? You know, I came to grips with that when I got my first job when I was 19, working at Adriatic Bakery. It was just me and the manager doing the whole shit. Now I'm in a bigger place. I've been here for 17 years, and it just sucks. Like we get in a lot of student workers, right? That have immigrated from other countries. And I get lazy people, old people. And it's like, I'm a Capricorn. I'm born on the 6th day. You know what I mean? I'm a workhorse. You tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it as fast as possible with the best quality as possible. So people, my co-workers, take advantage of that. So if they're tired, they'll just tell me to do something and I'll do it, because I don't really get tired like most people, right? And they know that. A lot of guys there are Muslim, and a lot of guys are Hindu. They're scared of me in a way. They kind of know who I am, It's like I tell them a lot of stuff. Like Mo, my floor manager that works the ovens with me. I tell him more than I tell you guys, and he's 100% convinced that I'm not a normal person. Maybe I'm not the Antichrist. Maybe I'm not the Mahdi. Maybe I'm not the true Pope. But God has a special way with me. Especially in the last, since like 2021. It's like, before that, I was warning everybody at work about everything. And now it's all happening. And plus, if people get angry at me and yell at me without a real reason to, other than their own ego, Satan attacks them. Like my floor manager Mo that I was just talking about, he got his right ring finger mutilated because he got angry at me. Happened countless times in my life. Someone hurts my feelings. Not even physically hurts me, but it hurts my feelings. And something extremely bad happens to them right after. Like the other guy I work with, that I don't like, but I keep my cool with him because it's what I'm supposed to do. He got angry with me one time, and then the next day his kid got shot in the ear with a BB gun, and it got stuck and got a really bad infection, and he had to bring his kid to wherever he's from, I don't remember, Macedonia, to do the surgery there, because it would cost like thousands of dollars to do it here. Like things like that happen all the time, and I warn people all the time, like, keep putting more work on me, you keep putting, your responsibilities on my back. You think God's not watching me? You think Satan's not watching me? Like, they're in me. They're using my third eye to see the world through me. Like, it's more than I can explain to them, or to you. It just happens, right? It's happened my whole life. It's the Indian people, they call it karma, right? But I think it's more than that. I have uh, it's like God has my vengeance. You know, like I don't have to do anything to get back at anyone, and I know this, and that's why I don't do anything in the moment, right? Most times I don't freak out and I don't lash back because I know that, you know, if I just wait it out, something bad will happen to this person, and it's not going to be of my hands, right? And so, like, you know, I've warned everybody I work with now. Uh, yeah, I'm just talking about work because it is a long day. You know, it's super hot, like super fucking hot. I wish I could do something easier and make the same money, or keep doing this and make more money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I got a raise, I wouldn't bitch about it. But it's like I feel like I'm just working to pay bills and feed my kids, and there's literally nothing left. Uh, 3 days after my fucking 2 week paycheck, over and over again. It's just horrible, you know. You're like a slave, especially here in Canada. Now it's just, you know, you're a slave. You're completely fucking replaceable. Doesn't matter what job you have. Completely fucking replaceable.